These are the best tips and tricks that you want to use to become a pro in Blackhawk Rescue Mission 5. If you are a new player or a pro player, these tips and tricks will help you a ton, so let's get stuck right in. You want to start by going to the open world game mode, and then you want to click quick play. You now want to go ahead and deploy. When you are starting Blackhawk Rescue Mission 5, you might not have yourself a lot of money, so what I recommend you doing is going ahead and not wasting that money. The most important tip is that you must not waste your money. The most important thing what you need to do is that you will need to go ahead and purchase yourself a vehicle. Do not rely on other people for a vehicle. You might as well just go ahead and get yourself a vehicle. So the most important thing what you want to do is purchase a vehicle. So there's obviously a ton of different vehicles what you can get. The more you progress through the game, you can purchase yourself a better vehicle. But if you're new to the game, you might as well just go ahead and buy yourself a basic 4x4. As you can see, you can obviously configure it the more you play the game, but I'm going to go ahead and buy one of these, and as you can see, you now got yourself a vehicle, and you don't need to rely on other people for a vehicle. Your starting weapon is absolutely dog. Like, how are you really supposed to shoot people with this? Like, look at that. It's really difficult, and honestly what I recommend you doing is just getting yourself a better optic scope. You want to go ahead to this location, and then you want to go to your loadout, and then I highly recommend you just customizing your loadout a little bit to make your loadout better. So you want to go ahead and select your primary weapon. You can amend your weapon if you wish. One of the best weapons in the game is going to be the UMP, just to let you guys know. But a lot of you are probably new to the game, and what I recommend you doing is pressing this right here, and you just want to go ahead and change the scope. Change it to whatever scope you like. Personally, I like the AR-15 scope, and if you do back out of the loadout and you deploy it again, you will be able to see that you have got yourself a better scope on your weapon now. That's a lot more better now, and you're able to actually go ahead and aim a lot more better. So that is very important. Please go ahead and get yourself a better scope. So I highly recommend you going ahead and customizing your weapon a lot more, only when you go ahead and get yourself a bunch of money, because your main priority is obviously buying yourself a vehicle. And once you got your vehicle, you then can start customizing your gun, upgrading your weapon, and so much more. There's so much upgrade that you can add to your gun. As you can see, you can obviously upgrade the attachment, making your weapon a lot more. However, this will come at a cost. This will cost money. So before you actually go ahead and start splashing all of your money, just please get yourself a vehicle, and then you can obviously start purchasing yourself a better upgrade, better grips for your gun. So if you want to buy new attachments, if you do click on a attachment what you want, you can purchase it at the bottom by clicking purchase, as you can see, and you can just go ahead and buy yourself a bunch of different attachments for your gun, better grips, and so much more. You can also go ahead and change your ammo type as well, as you can obviously see. You can also go ahead and get yourself ahead and upgrade so many more features. If you do go to your personal equipment, you can obviously customize your character's appearance, so you can obviously make yourself more camouflaged if you wish. You can purchase more headgear, and whenever you hover over a certain item that you want to purchase, some might even go ahead and give you a buff, such as this helmet, allowing you to get night vision. So I just want to let you guys know, make sure you go ahead and purchase yourself more equipment, because equipment will obviously help you out a ton. You can also go ahead and get yourself a backpack, which will provide more backpack inventory space. So once you got enough money to do that, I recommend you upgrading your backpack as well. Honestly, it will really help you out, and it is worth the money. You can actually go ahead and get yourself night vision goggles. If you hover over your character's helmet and click headgear, you can actually add a night vision shroud accessory, including a bunch of other accessories to your helmet. So you can actually go ahead and get yourself night vision goggles for completely free, and all you need to do is attach it. And honestly, whenever it's nighttime, it's really difficult to see, so I really recommend you adding this attachment. Most of the time when you play the game, it will actually be nighttime, and it's really hard to see whenever it's actually nighttime. Once you've added the night vision shroud accessory, you then want to click visual augmentation system, and then you want to go ahead and select night vision goggles. There's going to be plenty of other ones. You can obviously upgrade them the more you progress, but you want to buy these ones, the binocular ANVs. And then once you've done that, you want to go ahead and deploy back in the game, and by pressing N on your keyboard, you are able to go ahead and turn on your NVGs, which is going to be your night vision goggles. You can see that your vision will be kind of terrible when these are on, but honestly, whenever it's nighttime, these are going to be a must because it's really difficult to see. Another tip, what a lot of you don't really do, is that you want to make your way to the armory. You can go ahead and get yourself extra medication, you can go ahead and get yourself more ammo. So go ahead and enter the armory, and here you can obviously go ahead and get yourself bandages, dressing. All of these are free, and obviously you can store them in your backpack, which is why I told you to increase your backpack space. So what you want to go ahead and do is obviously buy whatever you want: ammo, medicals, ammunition. You can also buy grenade here as well. So just go ahead and fill up your backpack space. There's also going to be deployables what you can buy, such as grenades, glow sticks, and so much more. What I recommend you doing is actually buying a few grenades, some flashbangs. Whenever you do buy them, you can click and drag them to your backpack space, as you can obviously see. So just make sure you're filling up your backpack with as much stuff as with not as much stuff as you can, but essentials that'll help you out when you actually. Just make sure you fill up your inventory in your backpack with the essentials. So a lot of you might not know how to use your inventory. So if you do go to your inventory, you can actually click and drag utility to your belt. There's actually going to be 3 belt slots, 1, 2, 3. And once you've actually gone ahead and done that, you now can go ahead and use your utility, which is going to be your grenade or whatever you put in your inventory. And you can actually do that by going ahead and pressing 4. You can see that you got the option to get yourself a M16 grenade. By holding right click, you can go ahead and throw your grenade like that, and then there you go. That's how to go ahead and throw your grenade. Anyway, highly recommend you buying as much ammo as you can, obviously, especially if your aim's terrible. Just get a bunch of ammo. Ammo is literally just going to be free, so just buy as much ammo as you possibly can. There we go. That should be enough. So if you really want to as well, you can also go ahead and throw inventory space in your truck if you didn't know that already. So whenever you do spawn your vehicle, you can go ahead and put stuff in the trunk of your vehicle. So you can actually access the vehicle's trunk, then you can click and drag to put stuff in your trunk, as you can see, which will really help you out, especially if you're a solo player. Once you go ahead and done all of that, you want to go ahead and press M, and you just want to go ahead and just slowly learn the game. The more you play the game, the more you'll learn the game, obviously, but hopefully that this video will help you out a lot. But you can see there's going to be red flags, and you just want to pretty much make your way towards the red flags that are located on the map. Maybe you like the stealthy approach where you want to get silencers on your gun. Maybe you like to be a sniper and you just basically take out enemies from afar. Maybe you like SMGs and you just straight up go into buildings and just wipe out the whole squad. The more you play the game, you'll come up with your own play style. If you make your way towards the headquarters, you can get yourself plenty more rewards by going to the headquarters. There's just so much stuff in the headquarters. I can't really go over everything. You can literally go ahead and just get a bunch of upgrades if you do make your way to the headquarters. So just go through all of these for yourself and you'll see all of the different types of upgrades for what you can actually go ahead and get. There's just so much to go over in this game. If I try to go over everything, it would take a very long time, but the headquarters is a really good way to get yourself even more upgrades. Also, another tip, you can also go ahead and get flashlights on your weapons, and if you do attach a flash hider as well, it allows you to see in dark a lot more easier. Those are all of the tips and tricks. If I missed out on any, let me know down in the comments, and peace out.